Alright, so hey y'all doing, hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, we finally have the patch notes for part 2 of the Halloween event. Now, boy oh boy am I excited. I honestly thought most of the things that were happening in this, patch notes, or this update should I say, were happening in the first part, but it makes sense to give it in the second part since, Halloween will actually be happening in part 2 of the event. So here we go, brand new Hunter, Slater, and Protective Heart Deanne. Now, I cannot stress enough how goddamn excited I am for a new Slater. Not only is he one of the best units for the Barn team, but just it's been since release since we've had new Slater, or any SR characters for that matter. I mean, this is the fourth, new named Deanne, which honestly, I think she's tied with Meliodas, or I think Meliodas might have the fifth named character, but who cares? Super keen to summon their banner. If you guys are wondering, although, they don't actually show the banners in the patch notes, there will be Halloween Gotha if, things stay the same as JP, which they have been doing a very good job of, but new banner, super keen. And let's scroll down here. Now, we are getting all of the Halloween tavern furniture, which it says Season 3 Tavern, which I'm hoping, applies for the new one, but if you haven't already got them for the original tavern, which I have, you've probably seen in some of my videos, I do believe they'll be bringing that back as well. I mean, from how these look, this one is exact same as the actual ale in the original one, so I'm sure they'll bring that back. If not, I'd really like to see us getting more Season 3 Tavern outfits, since it's really bland and just super open at the moment. But here we go, scrolling down, Season 3 Tavern is available after clearing Chapter 13. Yeah, basically just goes over how to get it. All of the new events. Now, yes, for all of you guys that are wondering, who have summoned for Halloween Matrona and haven't, can't find the hat or gauntlets anywhere, they will be coming in this week's bingo event. It's, once again, something I thought they would have given away in part 1, but it's alright. I do believe they are UR pieces, which really does help when it comes to, stats, enhancement materials, all of that. It's a really nice thing. Along with that, we have got one of the best events in Grand Cross history returning, which is the Hawks Halloween Dreamland Adventure. I am super big fan of this event. It's only happened once before on Global, so if you guys are, new to that, I will of course be doing a video on, how you should level up your Hawk and, just how to do the event in general. But other than that, I mean, the rest of the missions are all explained down here, and they are returning the Halloween event bosses. Now, as you guys can see, these are just our regular demons, but this isn't just like a costume upgrade to them. There is actually an area where you go in and you do fight those. So everything down here basically just explains what I just went over then. Shops for the Dreamland Adventure, the bingo event and whatnot, but we're also getting the guaranteed death matches. So, for those of you guys who don't purchase the monthly subscription, you will be able to get those guaranteed demons, which is honestly a huge thing. It can save so much stamina. It's honestly, for me, the main part of the monthly subscription is actually getting those demons. I've done all of my demons every day since launch, and it is just such a pain having to go through the stage over and over again to actually get it, let alone, actually doing the demons. And for someone with not an awful lot of spare time, it can get really tedious. But here we go, scrolling back down, typical battle events. This one, earlier in Grand Cross, this was great because you would keep retrying the stage until you got a gold chest, which, got you your 5-star awakening material, and then you could actually complete it. But nowadays, unfortunately there are no salvage events, so, there isn't an easy way to get those 5-star awakening stones at the moment, but getting gear is super easy, and especially with the actual Hawk patrols you can do. If you're a max level player, you get 8 pieces of SSR gear a day, which, if you just, when the gear salvage events come out, they usually last for 2 weeks. If you just collect those over the 2 weeks and plus 5 of them, that's plenty of 5-star awakening stones. I actually do need to start saving some of those. I'm thinking around 200-300, which is a bit low. I like to keep them fairly stacked up, but here we go. Of course, new costumes for the Deanne, since she is a new name Deanne. Now, no new costumes for Slater other than, the returning one, which we'll get to in a second, but the Deanne costumes are all good, and none of them are super crazy. These two are UR ones, and this one's an SSR one. Typically, UR fashion. This one's definitely my favorite, this kind of icy one, but yeah, these two I didn't really give an awful lot of attention. Honestly, I'm a real big fan of the natural costume and the actual character pose. I reckon is really sick. Slater's costume, I'm a fan of all of it except for the mask. I do really like Slater with the mask on. That's alright though, but honestly, my favorite part about the new costumes is these two here. I can not stress enough how big of a fan I am of the Gojo Gotha and the edgy Margaret, I'm gonna call it. These two costumes, personally, although I have, Gotha doesn't have, 5 out of 5 costumes yet, which he's going to be getting 5 out of 5 weapons before Assault Meliodas, who's been out for probably a year now, which is absolutely crazy. But not only that, I have the rest of his costumes, so it's probably not the best of value to buy this. And same with Margaret, I'm just gonna buy it because the costume's absolutely sick. But getting down here, which this was one of the main things I thought was gonna happen in part 1, but it does look like, all the original Halloween costumes are coming back, and it says with a discount, so I doubt they're actually gonna make us pay for these. I reckon they're all gonna be like 20 diamonds per piece and you have to buy them all separately. They could very well, still be for money. Most of the costumes, aren't really the greatest. I'm a fan of the DN one. The Gil Thunder one, I'm a really big fan of. I already have so many costumes for Melon. If you've been playing the game since launch, they've literally given out I think 5 full sets of free-to-play costumes, UR-wise, for Melon. It's absolutely crazy. SLATER one I'm not too big a fan of. The Elizabeth one I like, however, I am more of a fan of the, what's the word I'm looking for? The New Year's Elizabeth, where she's in the white dress. Barnes, I'm super disappointed by it. The Gotha one, I will actually buy. I'm a huge fan of the Gotha one. Jericho one and that, I'm all whatever. I might go over a video and see if any, these are fairly old costumes, so I couldn't imagine the sub stats are anything great, but if there are any really good picks and they are for gems, which opens them up to a lot more of the player base being free to play players, I might consider doing a video on them and seeing what's worth actually buying. Typical gem and ticket bundles here, those will just be the regular gem packs with the tickets, and a special anvil bundle. Now, if this is the same price it usually is, would not recommend buying this. Anvils are, with the introduction of the extra stuff added to the SP dungeon where you can grind the anvils every week, I just wouldn't recommend buying anvil packs anymore. Originally, or even I think they're the $1.25 ones that come around sometimes can be very good value, but yeah, just this one here is just not worth it. Yeah, this is just going over all the ticket bundles. Knighthood competition stuff, I'm not really too interested in this personally. I mean, I'll leave it here on the screen for a second if you want to pause and have a look at it, but we'll just skip over that one. New artifact set, which is really cool. They've obviously, yeah, I'll be given out for free. Bingo event, the event boss battle, and the exchange shop. Set bonus, decreases allies damage taken from enemies by 5%. This excludes PvP and deathmatch. I mean, yeah, look, definitely not a high tier set. You're more just having it for the collector, having it for collection's sake, I would say. I'm not really going to use that anyway. I mean, excluding stuff from PvP and deathmatch instantly, excludes excluding something from PvP is most of the game. Granted, this could be used in stuff like the bird raid since, it's not classified as a deathmatch, but definitely not as good as the original Ragnarok set, or even the Druid set is by far the best set for that. But changes to tavern furniture sales, end of sale. Oh, I'm guessing you could all buy all this stuff before. I already had these, I do believe, so that's cool. Opening sales, and I'm guessing these are all just the stuff I don't actually think I have the private school stuff, which is cool. Okay, so yeah, no. The Halloween stuff up here that I was talking about is actually for the new tavern, and if we scroll down here, you can actually buy the original Halloween set, so that is nice. I already have all the, Christmas ones and whatnot, but I will definitely buy that private school one. I doubt I'll use it, but it's whatever. And yeah, basically just the rest of the 40 million download celebration stuff ending, but honestly, super excited for this update. I mean, the second I saw there was going to be a new SLATER, I just couldn't get over it, and it's honestly been a hot minute since I've recorded a video. The past couple of videos have all been pre-recorded. I had the weekend off, I got all those done and whatever, but hey, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.